Hello everyone, Coffee Mug here, ready to continue with my Megabase. So I recently finished cleaning up Novice. One thing I did between sessions here is I redid my smelting areas here. And so I have all of these big miners basically direct mining into these foundries. I ended up dropping it down to 3 beacons. These middle miners do get a little boost, but that's ultimately kind of useless and wasted, but it's enough to run these foundries full time, basically, and then those go fill up a bunch of outposts. So that was a quite simple little build here. I have the calcite gets shipped in whenever there is less than 2.8 thousand. So roughly, I keep half a chest on store, and that feeds all of the foundries. And then the coverage here with the big miners pretty much covers the whole patch. So even though these miners in the middle do get quite an extra boost, ultimately it doesn't really matter too much. And I was just in the middle of dropping off some efficiency modules just to save some power, because the modules aren't being used for anything, so I may as well use them to decrease the power, right? I don't really need productivity, because I mean I'm at like mining productivity 316, so that's like way more than enough. So I'm just and I definitely don't need speed modules in it or quality, so I'm just gonna put 4 of these in here. Even with all these beacons, I still am like plus 106%, so it's still useful to put all legendaries in. So I got this iron outpost up here, this iron outpost down here, and then I set up this copper outpost up here. So I don't know, looks like I have a biolab ready. So now I'm getting ready to like scale up and start building my first kind of novice megabase structures. And I'm going to start with just the very first one here, the easiest one, automation science, or the red science. So that's going to be the first one I do. Now I was thinking I'm going to put all my biolabs kind of in this area. And so all of this area up here is going to be used for science. So I think I'm going to use the area over here for red and green, maybe. I think that's going to be my plan there. Then I'm going to have a train rail that runs left to right here, like this, and then comes down here and drops stuff off for these biolabs. But that's like a future problem I'm not too concerned with, though. So first thing I'm going to do is get some off rails here, or track, not off rails, next to the track here. So let's delete this. Yeah, I think I'm just going to curve down this way. That's right. And then I am just gonna start deleting these tree farms, because I don't really need them anyway. Who cares about pollution at this point in the game? So yeah, let's just get rid of all these. And we're gonna start the red science right around here. All right, so for my planner, here's roughly what I was planning for the base. So I decided to go with the 12 beacon setup because 8 and 12 are very common for these assemblers, the 3x3 assemblers. You can 8 or 12 is usually the most common, and so I was just kind of thinking about if I want to make this 28,800 per second. What's a good number that's kind of divisible by 4, right? Because that'll give me 4 lanes that are half of a belt. And so I'm trying to find a good number of beacons to really make like 4 nice stacks or something closely divisible by 4. And I think what I decided here is if I go at 12, technically I can go at 10 here. But I'm going to do almost like a 12 beacon setup, but it's going to only have 10. So if I do that, I only need 19 assemblers, which would be great, because when you divide that by 4, it's roughly 4 stacks of 5. And then that 4 stacks of 5 is actually very useful, because when you right? When you look at kind of your basic novice ratios, kind of example what I have here, you have five red for every 6 green for every 5 military, so on. So 5 is kind of nice because if I get 4 stacks 5, that means I know that all my novice science production can keep the same ratio in using either with like a 12 beacon setup effectively. So 10 is kind of the minimum here that I need. So let's now lay that out. You know, obviously red science is pretty easy because you're just shipping in copper plates in gears. So you really, I just got to ship in some molten iron and molten copper and then just set up a design for that. So the layout I want to do, I was planning this out a little bit ago. Oh gosh, look at all these seeds I got. So let's place down the beacon here, and then we'll add. Let's see, where am I? I got too much stuff in my bags. Where are my assemblers? They're there. So let's place this here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slide this over 1. So this is like your typical 8 beacon setup. This is pretty nice because you can run stuff like straight up and down like this, and you can get 2 inputs on the left, 1 on the right, and also output on the right. So this is very good for like three input items here. But I can obviously not do it in 8 beacons. Let's just put this power here for now. And if you want to do more beacons, which is what I need 10 beacons at least. What we'll do is you can put it like right here. All right, so this is like your typical 12 beacon setup. Then I want to use these power poles here, legendary skin ones. Right, so now what you can do is have this will now is like stackable like this, right? And then you can just add your stack that way. And also this is kind of nice because you can bring in another input this way, if you wanted to do it that way. Well, you can kind of do that. It's a little weird, but you can potentially get a third belt if you're getting creative. So you can also spread this out a little bit if you want to do a 12 beacon setup with a little more space in the middle. So if you do need that middle input, actually, yeah, this is where you use the middle input. You could do something like this, but I don't really need it for this base, and then that takes up a little more space. So you can kind of do 12 beacon setups in a couple different ways. But this red science one is going to be pretty easy because we will just kind of have something like this on both sides like this. Now when you duplicate this, whoops, I don't mean to delete that, but 2, 3, 4, 5. So there, that's kind of like what I need, 5 red sciences, and then I'm gonna have in total 4 of these, but I do want to make a quick change real quick. So each of these I decided was gonna be 10 beacons, so I think I can delete every other one like this. Actually, let's do the ones in a bit. These 2, 1, 2, 2, so this will have 10. Both of these will have 10, and the last one will have 10. So I think this is what I want to do, kind of like this. Yeah, that'll be fine. And I can actually get rid of some undergrounds if I wanted to. So then I just need now 4 of these. 1, 2. There we go. And then now I'm going to clean up these poles because I hate it when they're kind of crossways like this. It's just more of an aesthetic preference, not really required, but. And after I do this, I'm going to grab some more modules because I'm a little short on modules. So let me go grab those. All right, so I got the rest of my modules in here. So now let's I sketched out an idea of how I want to do this. So I need, for each of these, I need a single foundry. Or I need one foundry is enough to make enough gears for each side like this. So I can kind of put that right in the middle stack. And I want to output that here. This. So that'll give my foundry a single beacon. Let's duplicate that over here. So that'll be all the gears I need, and then this is gonna come down here. I think I want a copper plate foundry with 2 beacons. That's my plan. So the next foundry will go here. This would be copper plates. I want one more space here, like this, because then I can do 2, 2, 2. This will go here. Then that will go on the inside, and then this will go on the outside like that. And that still gives me space that I can get the molten copper in, so I can put that in like this. There, let's get rid of these trees. And this will underground it here to connect it. It will go here to make it symmetrical. Add one of these here. That, and then this needs to have 2 beacons for each foundry, so let's put these like this. That'll be fine. And that should be enough. Red science is always so easy. This should make enough production to where I can produce everything I need. So let's turn everything on and just double check it. And then I will use this here and this here like that. You'll put that on the outside. Yeah, I think I like it on the outside a little better. And then we'll change the wiring like this to make it a little nicer. And we'll fix that over there later. Okay. All right, then I do want, let's see, all of these to be moduled. Then I need these to be all moduled. 3, 5. Then last thing here, I don't need these undergrounds because I got rid of the inner beacons. Don't need that one or that one. Okay, then this will end here. Right there. All right, so this right here makes 166 per second, and I'm dividing that in 2. So it'll be roughly 83 per second on each. This will make 144, which is 70. So it makes about 72 and 83, and then each of these consumes 12.5. So 12, let me double check my math. 12.5 times 5 is 62. So that should make more than enough gears and plates for each side. Then this right here, these legendary ones do roughly 40 items per second, I believe. So that it needs to be an input of 25. So this should be more than enough. And let's do it. Let's put it right on the sides of the beacons like this for consistency. Actually, you know what? Let's do the opposite. Let's keep it away from the beacon. I'll do it that way. That, and then the output needs to be stacked. So the output by the beacon. And do that stacker here like this. Let's just put a single chest. And that'll make sure I always have, in case there's a gap, this will help fill in any gaps that I have. Cool, I think that this should work actually. This should be a pretty easy one to do. So let's double it here. Okay, and then now we can duplicate all of this. Each side. Awesome. And then last thing here, I just need to hook up my inputs and outputs. So I want to think about how I'm going to do that. Man, I'm so tired of these tree farms. Just delete all of it here. Bag is full of seeds. Oh, let me go dump those out. Okay, so how do I want to do the inputs? So I basically just need a plain old drop off. So let's get my molten iron and molten copper drop-offs. We'll copy these. So we'll need to go kind of right here, sort of like this. Yeah, so right around here, something like that. Then let's flip this around. Let's see, and then I'll make a short kind of stacker type area. I might move this still, but well, actually, let's do this first. So this right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's good. Let's have enough so I can do 2 trains effectively. 2, 5, 5. Yeah, there we go. That'll be good. So that way I can have a total of 2. Spin curve up. Okay, so now that means I need to move this down. One spot like this. And yeah, I think that spacing is good. So let's put this right here. Is that right? Let's connect. There. Perfect. All right, so now let's connect here. We'll add a rail signal here. Good, good, good. That looks good. Then this can up this way. Cool. Yeah, that looks good. Do I not have train? Oh, those are regular poles. Let's upgrade these to legendary ones. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Let me straighten out these wires here. Yeah, we need significantly less when they're legendary. I like that actually. And let's See, I think need a fuel car because I don't have fuel at the pickup locations. I generally keep the fuel at the drop-off locations, so let me grab fuel drop-off. I gotta put this in here somewhere. How can I do that? Maybe I should drop this one more. Let's copy this differently. So I want fuel drop-off. This will be on this side. There we go. So that'll fuel my trains. But now I need to lower this slightly. It needs to be right there, so that means I need to lower everything roughly 3 squares. So 2, 3. Go. And this should now connect perfectly. Yep, that's good. Is that one? Is that good? 3. Yeah, it's fine. Let's go here. So I do want those to be chain signals because that'll be a rail signal there. Okay, cool. Alright, I think this is my setup that I want. Fix these poles again. I don't know why, I just have to have clean poles. And I do want power connected, so let's connect power too. We'll add this here. This here. There we go. All right. Now last thing I gotta do is I got to clean up these wires. All right, how does that look from here? That looks good, nice and clean. Oh, we got stuff coming in. Oh my, look at this. I haven't connected it yet. That's okay. And then these, I'm gonna have trains that I'm gonna collect the items in trains. But I may not connect the trade up yet because I don't really need it for a while. I just want to see if this works first. So let's hook up my stuff. Maybe I could just do like an underground like this. Oh, dude. And I will store this in some chest for now. Actually, you know what? Let's have it go down here because I want to see it run. So eventually these will be train pickups, I think. All right, so as soon as I hook up this the molten iron, it's gonna take off. Let's see, where do I want to? Let's put that in. Come in from behind the beacon. We'll go over the beacon like this. I think. Yeah, that'll look good. I think. So let's duplicate that over here. This will go. There. Alright, so as soon as I connect this, it's gonna take off. Right, each of these does 25.1. So 25.1 times 5 times 4, which is 502 per second, times 60 seconds per minute. This makes 30,000 per minute of red science, and it looks really good. 4 fully stacked half belts, so 28,800 science per minute. That is awesome. I'm not seeing any gaps. I don't think I am anyway. Yeah, it looks good. It's working. Wait, did I just see a gap? Yeah, I think it has the potential to be a short gap, so how can I fix that? This would be like the last backup. Um, let's see. We'll stack like this. Because I did see like the occasional gap, so this will just make sure that it's 100%. So that makes me think I want to move this last pole. So we don't actually need this last one. What I'll do instead is I will stack it into a chest. All right, now I'm going to check for gaps. All right, so I think to get rid of this gap, I think what I might do is actually just go and do the full 12 beacon build like I was originally planning for most of it. So let me actually move this back slightly. And change this to straight pipes. We'll slide, go here, 3, 4. And I'm going to add the beacons back in the middle. So it's here, here. I'm going to keep the last one like this, and I'm just going to do 11 beacons on the last one. So 10 should be enough, but I think I need to do this to avoid the little gap I'm getting. Let's see. So these I don't need. I think this should fix that little. I mean, it was just like every now and then too, which was driving me nuts. So I'm going to change this stack size to 4 because that's the terminal one, and then I don't need more than 4 at a time. And that'll make sure it's going fast enough to fill in any gaps that I do have. So now, all right, let's hook it up and then we'll test it now. Hopefully this should be working. And I'm just going to add a bunch of these. But it looks like I no longer have gaps, so I think that was able to fix it. Actually, I don't need this one now. Because this one isn't even going anyway. That'll make it look a little nicer. Let me, oops. I'm gonna go empty out my bags. I got all these stupid tree seeds. Let's finish cleaning this up. And we'll change this one to 4 instead of the other one. Because that's the final inserter. All right, let's test it one more time here. Cool, so I'm not seeing any gaps now. This is perfect. All right, let's watch the graph and watch the signs at the same time. Oh, I'm also producing 1,800 or so down at my other base. Oh yeah, so this is good. So roughly 1.8 from my old base, 29,000 roughly from this new one. So I think this is looking good because I'm seeing 4 full half belts. So that's 2 full belts of red science. Sweet. All right, now let's, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this is good. Let's cut this off. So it stops running. And then I was thinking about my delivery network here. So I think I want to potentially have 2 trains coming. So let me do some math. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each of these holds 2,500. And I think I want to add an extra one. So I might have to move that over. I think I always want to have, well, you know what? Actually, I think this would be fine without it. Because I really don't, well, I don't know. I built this whole thing for 2. I wonder if you can do... Well, you know what? I bet I can do a red circuit too. That's maybe what I'll do. So I'll change this. So this one will be, if it's less than 200,000, it'll go. So I have, let's see, my train cars are 4 big. So that's 20,000. 200,000 can come per car. And then this can hold 40,000. I think I actually want to slide this over one. Let's go one like this. Do that for this one too. That way I can hold slightly over 400,000. Great. And so now this one will be there's less than 250,000. We'll send out a signal, and then if there's less than 50,000, it'll send out another signal. So let's test it. So we'll delete everything, and I got train limit 2 out of 2. Perfect. All right, so that'll work better. That way I just had to connect a red signal to this other one. So now let's swap this one. Connect that there. We add the green for the inputs here. This one will be 50,000. And this one becomes 250,000. All right, so that way, if it's less than 50,000, it has the ability to take 2 full trains. And if it's less than 250,000, it can take a full train. So that way, whenever I can unload a full train, it can come drop one off. All right, here, this guy doesn't have an input. So this guy, if there's less than 10, it'll set an output signal of 1. So it should be good here. Although my little belt got mixed up. Don't need my requester chest there. And I don't need a circuit network there. Cool. All right, I think, then let's test this one. So we'll delete the fluid. We got a train limit 2 out of 2. And let's see what happens when we drop off the first train. So where's that train? Oh, here we come. Here's my 2 trains coming. Oh, and you know what? This is now, I gotta fix something here too. All right, so when this train unloads, it should go back to train limit 1. Perfect. I have to fix one more thing. So we'll disconnect that one. We'll connect that one. Connect that one. Connect this here like that. There we go. Now they're all connected. All right, cool. So I do not need these trains anymore, so let's send this back. Boom. All right, so Red Science production's done. It's capable of taking 2 input trains depending on the fluid level. Everything looked good. I was running, 28,800 per second, or 2 full half belts. Awesome. Now I just got to get an output train, so let me drop off all this junk in my storage, and then I'll get my output train set up. Last thing I do, I need some flooring here because I want to make it look nice. So we'll take a bunch of these. I'll probably can just make my own of those. Grab some of this. Okay, so let's go add some flooring now to the actual build. So I think I will leave the train area unscathed. So maybe I'll just do, might just do it all concrete here. Just like right there. Just put concrete on the build part and then we'll wrap it with hazard. All right, I think I'll just do that, and then I'll put the loading trains. Well, actually, yeah, let's put the. I gotta get the trains designed. Let me do that. So let's see here. All right, let's add this one. Anyway, let's get this situated. So we'll have this one, 2, 3, 4. We'll do a double-sided one. This. Let me see. So how much can this hold? If each of these holds 40, 40 times, how much do these stack? 200? Yeah, stacked by 200, I believe. So 40 times 200. So each car can hold 8,000. This makes, each stack makes 7,200 per minute, which means it'll take roughly, if each of these had its own train, it would take 4 minutes to fill the train. So that's actually a little too much. So what I think I want to do now is put this right in the middle to the extent that I can. So let's put this right here. And right here, like that. This will go here and here. So I'll do each of these, then that takes like 2 minutes to load a train, which should be more than fast enough. So I'll have multiple trains, I believe. I'll probably have a total of 5 trains. So I always have one loading. So let's see here. Yeah, I'll just do this. Do I need that many? Yeah, I want to go as fast as possible. All right, let's. Well, unload this so I don't have to play around with it for now. I'm going to do the same on the opposite side for now. Well, it's be like that. Actually, let's do it like this. Here and here. And I can move this back to where it originally was, like this. Which means this needs to move up slightly. So I just want to get this unloaded. And I'm going to move that still. I just want it there temporarily for now. But you know what? That's a little too close. So let's change this a bit to do a custom one. Let's see here. Where is... I'll add a ramp right here. Okay. And this one, actually, what I'll do is I'll not have a ramp. So this will stop here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Cool. All right, that's looks good. And this one, let's put some rail signals, comparable spots. All right, cool. There we go. That's a good unloading. Then I can load up, basically can hold multiple trains here on the input if I have more need for them. All right, I think I got everything set up the way I want it. Cool. So now let's fix these train things here. Let's put the... How did I do these ones? Let's do it the same way. Yeah, let's do that. I like this. Cool, I like that. All right, let's now copy this. I need a few more tiles, but that looks good. Let me go grab the last tiles and we'll be ready to hook it up. All right, I think I have it all hooked up and designed how I want it. Do I want to... Actually, you know what I want to do? I do want to... I think I want to extend the edge out to here. All right, cool. I think I'm done for the most part how I want it designed. Not bad. Cool little build. Pretty good from the map too. Okay, let's hook it up and then we'll start. Let it run. All right, last thing I want to do is I want to add a little warning symbol. So let's make some programmable speakers here. All right, so this is going to be like a warning symbol. So if I know something's happening to my red science, that'll let me know something's wrong. Let's turn the volume off because I don't want to have the volume. The show alert, and my output symbol will be science, like this. All right, so now as you can see, I got this alert on the map. And so right now it's set if it's less than 4, should go off. So it should be going off because we just need pulse. There we go. All right, so now it should turn off because maybe it should be anything. There we go. All right, now it's turned off. So right now this has, there's 4 on each side, stack of 4. So that should read 16. I can double check that. Let's just connect this up just to make sure that's correct. Yeah, as you can see here, input symbol 4. So if this is ever less than 16, that's not right, because this should be stacked. Oh, there it is. I have to have it on hold. All right, so let's measure 16. So now if it's ever less than 16, which means I get a gap in the belt, that's going to send me a warning symbol. So right now I got a fully half-stacked belt, or 16, so I'm not getting a warning. So that way if something is ever happening here, this will be a little warning symbol being like, hey, something's wrong with your red science. All right, so let's say, for example, this breaks. Boop. Right, see, warning symbol pops up, and I know, oh, there's a problem on this or whatever. So cool. There we go. Red science is complete, or automation science. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, and so usually this will not go off unless I have a problem like I'm not getting enough copper fluid or something like that to make it go off. Or maybe I'm like losing production from one of these, and that might cause this to not be produced. So that'll help me diagnose problems as this novice base starts to expand. Cool. Red science is complete. This is a fun little build. I like this. And then eventually this will make its way down over here and do my research, but I don't need to hook that up just yet. All right, so automation science is complete. First, novice science is at my target 2 fully stacked green belts. So, all right, I'm going to wrap up this episode now. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you following along in the series. And next session here, I will get my green science set up, or the logistics science. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next episode.